Now at 4, big changes could be coming to how you control your child's Facebook and Instagram accounts. The new rules are part of a historic legal settlement. Ahead, I'll tell you how those changes and how much money Indiana could get.
We've got storms on radar. A few of these could be severe this evening. We'll have the timeline of when they move in and when they move out ahead in the forecast.
I'm Brandon Schiff in Anderson. How homeowners like this dealing with significant flood damage are also doing their part to help other people affected by the devastating floods.
Plus, a gun deal gone wrong? Metro Police now say a deadly shooting that left a high school student dead now involves 2 other teens as well. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to 13 News at 4. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. Good to be with you here at 4. We're going to get to our top stories in just a moment, as well as this incredible video out of Nepal.
A massive mudslide. We'll show it to you here. There it is. Swallows a car. In fact, it swallows an entire town, pretty much. This was all part of a strong, deadly storm and earthquake today. We're going to take you there and talk about the rescue effort ahead this half hour.
Incredible video. But we're going to start with the big headline today. We're talking about that historic settlement which involves social media and your kids.
The company that owns Facebook and Instagram is making promises that are supposed to help you better protect kids online. Our consumer reporter Allison Gormley is here to tell us what's the deal. And this is a massive settlement we're talking about here.
It's the biggest settlement of its kind, and it settles allegations that these apps are designed to be addictive to kids. And they're potentially, Meta that is, paying up to $18 billion, with a B. The Indiana Attorney General said Indiana is guaranteed about $296 million, but could receive up to $419 million. The money can be used for youth, online safety initiatives, and other state priorities. The settlement also means changes for kids and teens using Facebook and Instagram. They'll face a 2-hour daily limit, nighttime restrictions, and notifications will be turned off during school hours. Attorney General Todd Rokita said this case was important to their team.
We shouldn't, as adults in society, let our kids be preyed upon.
Both Meta and the attorneys generals have agreed to this, but the judge still ultimately needs to sign off on it.
So this is Meta. What about other popular social apps like YouTube and TikTok?
They're kind of being dragged into this, and Facebook and Meta and Instagram, obviously they're the parent company, they're saying they want to create industry-wide standards that are stronger to protect kids and are encouraging these platforms to join in. So ultimately, the whole industry is kind of on the same page.
Okay, so YouTube and TikTok.
They are being invited to share the same standards. And ultimately, what's interesting is when I say the state could receive up to $400 and whatever million, the state gets more money if TikTok and YouTube agree to these standards. So that's where that different amount comes in.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Allison. Obviously, it's about protecting our kids here.
And they're all online.
Yeah.
Almost constantly. All right,
Yep.
Allison, thank you. Let's turn to the weather now this afternoon. Sean, it's a busy evening ahead for you, huh?
Yeah, we're going to have some storms. Not every single storm will be severe, but downpours and lightning, that's all it takes.
Okay, I'm looking at a timeline because I have bedtime with a toddler.
What's your bedtime? What we got?
Oh, I don't want to say that out loud.
All right.
I'll tell you later. We're doing our best.
She doesn't want any judgment.
No shaming around here. We don't judge.
That's where we are in today's society. I don't want to say it online out loud because someone is going to have an opinion about it.
Fair enough, my friend. Well, I will just give you a timeline on the storms, and you can kind of see how it works for your schedule there. All right, so here's what we've got. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, Pulaski, Fulton County, outside of our viewing area, but we want to give our friends a heads up there, Mexico, Peru, Monticello, and then we've got a storm that's approaching Lafayette. This is not severe, but as I mentioned, downpours as well as some heavy rain with these and some lightning. So I want to show you our NDOT camera. Let's get to NDOT 1. This is just near Lafayette, 65 there and 235. I would suspect here in probably the next 15 minutes that camera is going to look completely different. Most of what we get from these storms, if they are severe, would be quarter-sized hail, 60-plus mile-per-hour wind. We mentioned initially, though, some of these cells the first ones, may have a little rotation potential. See that red and green next to each other? Yeah, it's not a real high chance that we get tornado warnings, but it's not zero either. So we'll watch for these little pockets of rotation. This is just a guideline, give or take on some of this, but that axis right around Crawfordsville to near Kokomo by 5 p.m. and then approaching the metro area by 7 o'clock here. We could have some pop-ups in advance of that as well. This will be done by midnight, so it's a narrow pocket of time. We've got a lot of sun and we've got some building heat in the 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Sean. We appreciate it. And now to flooding recovery. Anderson flood victims are seeking relief, and some are finding ways to help others as they clean out their homes. Brendan Schaff shows us how residents are moving forward and then also helping their neighbors recover.
There are teams of people helping flood victims here in Anderson, and as you can see behind me, they're hard at work trying to get everything out of these damaged homes, and even the people who are affected are still finding ways to help others.
As volunteers from IDES gut the inside of Tracy and Jeremiah Walters' house, they're staying at a hotel, hoping they can call this home again. Homes across the city look like this, and many people are offering a helping hand with the cleanup. Tracy and her husband are also helping. Their organization, Turn Away No Longer, worked with more than 150 volunteers to help about 1,500 families across several counties last week, providing cleaning supplies, water, and anything else flood victims need right now. While their own home was flooded with about 3.5 feet of water, they still focused on others.
It really didn't hit me till this week because we did the disaster relief for our community, so I was busy with that. He was here, and then I come here this week, and it's like, whoa, it's really gone.
Now, as they face the damage left behind, they won't be doing it alone.
As homeowners like Tracy wait to see if they can one day get back into their homes, they're thankful for all the help that they've gotten and hopeful that some more individual assistance can come from FEMA. Reporting here in Anderson, Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
All right, Brandon, thank you. Also new today, 2 teenagers are now charged with murder, accused of shooting and killing a 16-year-old earlier this year.
So all of this happened back in May at the Colonial Square Apartments near 46th and Moeller. Well, Ashton Hackman tells us what led to the gunfire and then how police tracked down the suspects.
Newly unsealed charging documents reveal that shooting stemmed from a gun deal between the teens. Police credit witnesses with giving great descriptions of the getaway car.
Those witnesses pointed detectives to a black Chevy Malibu. Police say it left the apartment complex after the shooting. Officers say gunfire killed 16-year-old Jamel Williams in a stairwell. Court documents allege 17-year-old Shaylin Suttles arranged the meeting at Colonial Square Apartments. Police believe Williams and another teen went to the apartment complex for a gun deal. Detectives allege 19-year-old Adris Bailey drove them to the meeting spot, knowing a robbery was being planned. Police say witness statements, phone data, and an interview with Suttles helps link him and Bailey to the murder. Both of them now charged with murder and felony armed robbery.
If they thought for a second of all the people that it affected or that it will affect, I guarantee you they'll have second thoughts.
Thoughts Terry Cameron knows far too well. He's been in and out of prison over 4 decades. It started as a teenager. He's pushed his life around, now pushing teens to think before they act.
A gun brings about a sense of false security. As long as I got a gun, I'm Superman, or I'm safe. Having a gun don't mean that you're safe.
Police are still searching for Adris Bailey. In the meantime, Shaylin Suttles is being held in jail without bond. His next court date is set for November. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
Ashton, thank you. And more deadly teen violence. A 17-year-old boy has died after a shooting last night on the Near East Side. A 14-year-old was also shot and is in the hospital, still in critical condition. It happened just before 7 last night on Wallace Avenue near 10th and Emerson. IMPD says both young men were found in critical condition, but Alexander Salgado Bedoya did not survive. No word yet on a suspect or potential motive.
All right, got a warm and humid day here across central Indiana, and as expected, we've got some thunderstorms approaching central Indiana. Timeline of when they move out, and boy, we've got some 90s in the 7-day coming up.
Also, Christmas magic is coming a bit early for One Carmel community, joining together to once again remember a woman they love and a woman they have supported during a special time.